Archangel Michael says, the pressure in your chest, the strange exhaustion, the sudden tears that rise without reason, these are not just yours. In the realm where energies are exchanged silently, someone cast their weight onto your shoulders. They wrapped their darkness in silence and sent it to you like a gift, disguised in familiarity. This heaviness didn't grow from within you, it was implanted from someone else's suffering, someone who chose not to carry their own guilt, pain, and despair. The burden was directed at you because of your light, because you shine even when you're broken, and that threatens those who refuse to heal. You became the vessel they targeted, not because you're weak, but because your spirit is known to carry what others drop. There is a reason your dreams have been disturbed, your energy misaligned, and your joy short-lived lately. A spiritual transference has taken place, a burden thrown your way in secrecy. But now, that unseen weight is being recognized by heaven. The divine order has shifted, and your soul is being cleansed. Archangel Michael says, this midnight is no ordinary hour, it is the moment when the unseen hands of protection reach into your atmosphere. Something is being pulled out from around your aura, something not meant to stay. You may not hear it, but a soundless battle is happening over your name. Type Amen to get blessing 333. A spiritual authority is speaking on your behalf now, and it is not allowing this weight to stay attached to you any longer. This burden that made you feel unworthy, too tired to function, too sad without reason, it's being lifted. A new lightness will come over your body, and you'll feel it even before sunrise. The ones who tried to send it to you thought it would sink you. But instead of drowning, you are being pulled higher. The fire that was supposed to burn you is now becoming the force that propels you into healing. Comment, I receive this shift, if your heart feels this. There is a knowing deep inside you that something was wrong, but no one could explain it. You kept asking yourself if maybe you were just tired or overworked, but this wasn't your fatigue. This was spiritual warfare disguised as weariness. The people involved in this transfer may not even be aware consciously of what they did. But energetically, they passed their troubles into your field, hoping you'd carry what was rotting them from the inside. But the heavens saw it all. They saw how silently you endured. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You held strong without screaming. You cried in private without blame. You stood in front of others, smiling, while inside, the borrowed pain made your chest heavy. Archangel Michael says, this is not a punishment, but a calling. Only those chosen to carry light are tested by shadows this sneaky. But tonight, the celestial verdict is in your favor, what was sent to harm you is being revoked. What is being removed from your life tonight has been lingering for weeks. That overwhelming sense of heaviness, the sudden isolation, the headaches, the forgetfulness, all of it connected to what was spiritually dumped on you. You are not crazy. You are not unstable. You were simply targeted by energy meant to destroy. The burden you carried affected your body too. Your shoulders ached. Your spine felt tense. You slept but never felt rested. These were symptoms of a spiritual assignment that's now expiring. Type Amen to get blessing 979. The angels have drawn a line tonight. Nothing beyond that line can stay with you. Not their regrets. Not their pain. Not their curses. They can no longer hide in your spiritual closet. The energy they threw has been traced and is being returned, not out of vengeance, but because it was never yours to carry. The spiritual scales are being balanced. Comment, returning to sender, if you feel your peace returning. Your home has been feeling heavy too because that energy clung to your walls. But now, even your surroundings are being cleared. Archangel Michael says, you will feel this in the way the air feels fresher when you wake. There's a spiritual eviction happening. What was never invited is being cast out. Your peace is not being negotiated anymore, it's being enforced. Type Amen to get blessing 121. In the next 48 hours, expect to feel strange moments of lightness. Laughs will come easier. Breathing will deepen. Sleep will be healing again. What has been clinging to your back like invisible chains is snapping off. You're being delivered from something you didn't even sign up for. This is divine intervention unfolding. You'll see certain people become distant now. Don't chase them. They were spiritual delivery systems for heaviness, and their purpose has expired. Let them fall away in silence. Archangel Michael says, the person who smiled while draining you will feel empty without your energy. But that's not your problem anymore. Your mission was never to bleed so others can survive. Type Amen to get blessing 442. You have been absorbing pain that wasn't meant for you. That was their emotional trash, their spiritual clutter. You picked it up unknowingly because your heart is soft. But now, your heart is being shielded. The divine realm is surrounding you with sacred armor. No more leaks. No more energy theft. You've survived the silent battle, and now you are being awarded peace in return. The peace that surpasses understanding. The peace that silences chaos. Comment, I welcome peace, if you can feel it starting already. Your body will begin to thank you. Your skin will glow again. Your eyes will brighten again. Because the fog that was planted around your soul is now being evaporated by heavenly light. The night watchers are active now. The angels are cleansing not only your energy but your space. Every item in your home that carries a vibration is being cleared. Type Amen to get blessing 636. You'll start noticing lost items return. Your memory getting sharper. The heaviness in your heart becoming a quiet calm. Don't be surprised if you feel like dancing, even for no reason. It's your soul recognizing that the darkness has been removed. It's your joy announcing its return. There was a woman who constantly thought about you, but not in love. She thought of you with jealousy, worry, and spiritual intrusion. She silently blamed you for what she lacked. Her thoughts became darts. Her imagination turned into cords. And she unknowingly sent a curse masked as worry. Archangel Michael says, that cord is now severed. That energetic tie is now nullified. You are free to rise without hidden shackles. Type Amen to get blessing 747. If you feel tears tonight, let them fall. They are not tears of sadness anymore, they are exit doors for the remaining residue. Let your body cry out the old weight. You're not becoming weak. You're becoming weightless. And it's going to feel so divine that you'll question how you ever carried so much. The divine courtroom has ruled in your favor. The evidence was undeniable. The burden was misdirected. Now the gavel has hit. And the sentence has been lifted. Freedom is yours. Comment, "Freedom granted," if this resonates with you deeply. A part of your spiritual power is coming back. The clarity you lost, the ambition that dulled, the inner fire that dimmed, all of it is reigniting. Because the covering of someone else's gloom has been removed. Type Amen to get blessing 525. Your dreams will become vivid again. Your steps will feel purposeful again. Your timing will align again. The delay in your breakthrough wasn't coincidence, it was the burden you were carrying slowing you down. But now that it's off, watch how quickly everything begins to accelerate. Archangel Michael says, "Your wings are not broken, they were just tied. And now, heaven is untying them. The wind of destiny is behind you again. You are going to laugh more. Smile more. Be seen more. Because the version of you that was hidden beneath weight is coming forward." Type Amen to get blessing 888. The one who tried to spiritually swap their burden with your joy will now face their own reflection. That's not your revenge, it's just universal law. Let it unfold. You are not cursed. You were targeted because you are chosen. And now, heaven is confirming your elevation. Tonight marks a spiritual release unlike anything you've ever felt. You'll wake up wondering what changed, and the answer is, everything. Because heaven fought for you behind the veil. Comment, "I'm lighter now," to seal this. You are no longer bound to their karma, their guilt, their regrets. You are no longer the collector of pain. You are being anointed as the vessel of peace. The burden that wasn't yours is no longer yours. And the light returning to you is brighter than what was stolen. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Archangel Michael says, "Even now as you read these words, there is a detachment taking place between your soul and that invisible burden. It may feel like a chill across your skin, a lightness in your chest, or a sudden deep breath that enters more easily. These are signs that your energy field is being restored and guarded by something holy. You have been carrying emotional debris that wasn't formed by your decisions. You've been picking up energies from people who hid their inner storms behind kind eyes and soft voices. But those energies lodged themselves into your system, and you began to feel off, confused, stuck, without understanding why. You may have noticed certain conversations drain you more than usual. That's because they were not conversations, they were spiritual exchanges. What they couldn't release into the world, they released into you. But no more. The light is reclaiming its place. And your spirit is no longer available to carry what was never yours to begin with. Type Amen to get blessing 434. Tonight, you are being spiritually detoxed. Not just of curses or bad intentions, but of energetic pollutants, spiritual parasites, and emotional bonds that took root without consent. You are being washed in unseen light. Every word that was spoken over you in anger, jealousy, or manipulation is being spiritually cancelled. That whisper they released into the air is being caught and disarmed before it ever finds you again. The air around your name is changing. The divine realm has intervened because your body, mind, and soul are exhausted from what they were never designed to hold. You were never meant to carry generational guilt, projected shame, or curses of others. You were meant to fly. Archangel Michael says, the spirit of heaviness that sat over your shoulder is being cast into exile. You are not just being freed, you are being filled. Filled with peace, with clarity, and with strength you forgot you had. Type Amen to get blessing 112. You'll start noticing peace return to your sleep. What once made you restless will become irrelevant. Nightmares will cease. Unknown fears will shrink. You're not going crazy. You're returning to yourself. And that's what makes this moment so sacred. The part of your life that felt paused is resuming. You were paused because someone else's burden sat on your energy like a weight. Now, you're free to run again. Comment, I'm moving forward now, to claim this restoration. You will no longer feel the sting of betrayal that came through energy manipulation. You were silently blamed, quietly envied, subtly attacked. But none of it will have power anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 778. The fog is lifting from your decisions. You'll begin to feel more decisive, more bold, more intentional. You're not second-guessing because you're unsure, you were simply entangled in energy that confused your clarity. You may suddenly feel like changing your room, opening your windows, or burning incense. Follow that instinct. Your space is becoming lighter because your spirit is releasing spiritual weight. Someone who secretly hoped you'd fail is watching you rise again. They don't understand how, but they feel it. That's not your concern, your only job now is to keep rising. There was a time when you couldn't explain your sadness. Now you'll look back and see, it wasn't your sadness at all. It was borrowed grief, emotional residue from others. Type Amen to get blessing 119. You were absorbing guilt that was never yours to hold. Regret that didn't belong to your past. Doubt that never grew from your soil. Archangel Michael says, they wrapped their pain in silence and sent it like a shadow to you. But heaven doesn't allow injustice to stay hidden. This exposure of spiritual injustice is your deliverance. Someone prayed against you. They didn't use your name, but they directed the emotion toward your energy. Their intention was enough to trigger this wave of darkness. But their prayer is being reversed. The energy they sent is returning to its origin. You will walk out of this as light as air. Comment, release and rise, if your spirit agrees with this truth. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You may begin to notice people apologizing or suddenly growing distant. That's the spiritual world correcting alignment. Don't fear these shifts, they are part of your healing. Your path was slowed because the burden was not just spiritual, it was also emotional. It drained your excitement, your creativity, and even your trust. But all of that is being restored now. You will feel excitement again, for small things and big things. Your inspiration is being returned to you in waves. Ideas that were once stuck will now flow freely. Don't ignore the urge to cry, dance, scream, or sleep. Your body is processing divine cleansing. The vibration of light is flushing your temple. Type Amen to get blessing 515. Archangel Michael says, the night you were most restless, an angel stood beside you. You didn't see them, but your soul felt them. They guarded your thoughts, blocked attacks, and absorbed the final blow meant to break you. The reason you're still standing is because you were never alone. And now that the burden has been broken, you will feel surrounded by peace so strong, it silences your fears. Someone who always drained you will disappear without explanation. Don't run after them. The detachment is divine. You are entering a new season. The burden they sent cannot enter it. This new chapter only accepts truth, light, peace, and joy. Comment, I enter this new chapter, if you're ready for what's next. Type Amen to get blessing 636. You'll see beauty in places you once overlooked. You'll feel grateful for moments you once rushed through. Because the heaviness that blinded you is no longer blocking your view. What was meant to sink you has become the reason you are rising. The burden became the lesson. The pain became the power. The burden that came from people you trusted the most is being removed with care. Heaven knows you didn't expect betrayal to look like love. But the healing knows exactly where to find those scars. Every false bond is being removed. Every toxic agreement, even unspoken, is being erased. You are being set free from invisible contracts of pain. Type Amen to get blessing 717. From this moment forward, you will no longer walk with a hunched spirit. Your posture will reflect freedom. Your smile will be rooted in truth. There is power returning to your words. Speak gently. Speak clearly. Speak blessings. Because your tongue is being touched with divine light. You'll begin to say things and they'll manifest quicker. Your prayers will carry weight. Your silence will protect you more than ever. Archangel Michael says, the battlefield is clear. The storm is over. You're safe now. Comment, I'm safe now, to anchor this victory. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The person who tried to spiritually dump their pain onto you will now face their own storm. Not because of punishment, but because they must finally confront their own healing. That cycle ends with you. You were not born to carry the world. You were born to carry the light. And from this moment on, that is all you shall hold. Let your body stretch in peace. Let your mind breathe in silence. Let your heart walk without shame. Because the burden has been broken. The spell is undone. The lifting has already begun. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, what was placed upon your shoulders without permission is now being pulled away strand by strand. The invisible cloak of emotional exhaustion that drained your strength is being peeled off gently by divine hands. You will not carry it into tomorrow. Heaven watched as you suffered in silence, carrying burdens disguised as love, loyalty, and obligation. You tried to be strong for everyone, even when your own strength was gone. But that chapter has closed, the spiritual court has ruled that your soul must rest and rise. This release will feel unfamiliar at first. You've gotten so used to the pressure, the constant overthinking, the heaviness in your chest. But now, every breath you take will carry more life than the last. The ones who secretly pulled on your energy, those who smiled in your presence but secretly envied your light, have lost their grip on you. You are stepping into your own vibration again, pure, powerful, protected. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You'll wake up one morning soon and realize you no longer care about the people who hurt you. Not because you're numb, but because their weight no longer lives inside you. The detachment is divine. There are strings that were attached to your soul, emotional cords, spiritual links, karmic weights, and they are being burned away in sacred fire. Nothing that was meant to cling to you will survive this divine separation. You are being returned to yourself. And that's why the air feels different, the silence feels safe, and your emotions are starting to make sense again. This is what freedom feels like. Comment, "I am whole again," if you feel something inside you waking up. There's a sacred healing happening in your sleep now. The angels are working while you rest, rewiring your nervous system, cleansing your subconscious, removing energetic debris left by others. That's why you felt so tired. Your soul has been preparing for this cleansing. Type Amen to get blessing 232. No more spiritual fatigue. No more unexplained sadness. No more tension in your chest that won't go away. You are being recalibrated, mind, body, and soul, to function in your highest truth. The you that walks out of this transformation is not the same you who entered it. That version of you is gone, and this one is unstoppable. Someone who saw your light tried to drown it with their own chaos. They couldn't handle your glow, so they tried to dim it. But now, the only thing dimming is their influence over your life. Your aura is returning to its divine frequency. You are being restored to spiritual clarity and emotional balance. The weight they sent is gone. Type Amen to get blessing 626. You'll feel like cleaning your space, opening your windows, lighting candles, or even weeping for no reason. These are signs of deep spiritual shifting. Trust them. Move with them. There are days coming soon where joy will overwhelm you for no reason. You'll smile at the sky. You'll laugh without guilt. You'll feel something beautiful swirling around your spirit, because you are finally unburdened. This lightness is not temporary. It is the result of divine justice. Archangel Michael has stood beside you in silence, and now the angels have spoken on your behalf. You will begin to attract people who feel like fresh air. Opportunities that feel right. Environments that don't suffocate your spirit. Because the energy you carry has changed. Comment, "I am aligned with peace," to activate this shift even more. Type Amen to get blessing 313. The door that once allowed toxic energy to enter your life is now permanently sealed. That back door, opened through emotional manipulation or spiritual vulnerability, is closed. Nothing uninvited can enter your space anymore. Your sensitivity is not a weakness, it's a divine gift. But now, it is protected by higher forces. What used to enter without warning will now bounce off your aura like dust against armor. The person who used to drain your energy every time you spoke to them will soon find your silence deafening. You are no longer available for their projections. The bond has been spiritually terminated. This shift will also open new doors. Divine connections will replace emotional burdens. Joy will replace tension. Expect it. Receive it. Type Amen to get blessing 414. You are not the same person who started this year. Spiritually, you've grown centuries. You've endured battles others never saw and still chose compassion. That is why heaven is blessing you now. This new version of you will be less available to drama, distractions, and low vibrations. You'll choose peace without guilt. You'll choose rest without apology. The energy around your name is becoming sacred. Even those who don't understand it will feel it. They'll sense that something about you is no longer accessible in the same way. That's because you've shifted dimensions energetically. Your heart has moved to a higher vibration. And everything that cannot survive in that vibration is falling away. Comment, I embrace this new level, if you feel the ascension within. Type Amen to get blessing 848. The fear that used to paralyze you is losing its grip. You'll begin to take action without hesitation. Speak without fear. Move without overthinking. You'll notice yourself being drawn to music that uplifts, places that feel calm, people who speak gently. That's your soul responding to what it's always needed. Every toxic connection that tried to claim space in your story is now being written out. The ink of heaven is rewriting your script. And it ends in peace. Archangel Michael says, even the shadows that walked beside you will now be blinded by the light returning to your name. The darkness is being silenced. The burden is no more. Type Amen to get blessing 909. Your emotions are finally safe. You don't have to suppress your feelings to protect others anymore. You are allowed to feel and heal without fear. What they tried to send to you was not just energetic, it was spiritual sabotage. But heaven caught it. And now it's being reversed. The divine realm is placing a fresh layer of spiritual insulation around you. You will walk in crowded spaces without absorbing confusion. You will love others without draining yourself. You are no longer the dumping ground for anyone's darkness. You are the lighthouse. And the ocean has cleared around your soul. Comment, I am divinely sealed, if your spirit is confirming this. Type Amen to get blessing 552. This lightness that's entering your being will not be subtle. It will bring a glow to your skin, a rhythm to your steps, a quiet confidence that no burden can dim. People will begin to compliment you on your energy without knowing why. That's because the burden they once sensed is gone. You are radiating truth now. You will find yourself speaking more honestly, loving more freely, creating more boldly. The burden silenced your magic, but now your magic is rising again. Archangel Michael says, rejoice quietly, for the invisible chain has been shattered. The burden has returned to sender. And your crown is being placed back where it belongs. Type Amen to get blessing 343.